Gemini, how are you? My name is Sarah, and I recently renamed my channel from Aries Warrior Queen Astrology to Serendipity Astrology and Tarot. When I originally started this channel, I wanted to have it be named Serendipity Astrology and Tarot. But my ego kicked in and said, you should be a queen. And so I am grateful to have had that energy because it pushed me into doing this and stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing things differently than I've ever done them in my life. So that served its purpose and it was important. But I felt that it was time to bring everything back to a place that felt more authentic to me. My grandfather always called me Sarah Serendipity, you know, so like serendipity is like, it's like fate. It's happy circumstances that like come out of nowhere. And I'd rather have this channel come from a place of that than a place of like war and like anger. You know, I feel like there's plenty of that circulating in the world right now. I really don't need to bring that into this world at all. And technically, I resonate more with my rising sign, which is Sagittarius, than with my sun sign, which is Aries. So this felt more authentic to me. I was going to roll out Egyptian style tarot readings, but everything did not come together for that. So that's still going to be in the works and I'm still going to be working on it. I brought out the background because I feel very like, I always resonated very deeply with Egypt. I'm actually part Egyptian, and like that era, like ancient Egypt, it always called to me, even when I was young, and I always felt like I didn't belong. Like I'm up in like the upper East Coast, and like the weather up here totally doesn't match me. I'm like allergic to the cold. I get like a hive on my face whenever I'm cold. So like I'm actually a degree colder than most people too. So when it's like sweltering hot out, I'm totally chill and comfy. And I've always wanted to be near the desert or in the desert, or like that climate just draws me in. And I'm pretty sure that I had a past life in Egypt. I can feel it. Like I've done past life regressions. I've done a couple. I've been through a few lives already, and I know that there's more. There is absolutely more. So like this felt more authentic to me and more like something that like, it just felt like home. So that's where I'm going with that. I'm also doing, from now on, I'm doing horoscopes for the month for each sign. And I'm not doing the mid-month tarot anymore. I'm going to be doing general love readings and self-love readings for the collective, because you know what? Self-love is on the agenda right now, and we all are doing the work. And if there's something that I can bring to someone's attention and I can show them like a gap in where they're not loving themselves, that's a growth point right there. You make that change, you're solid. And all it takes is like a switch to flip in your mind. And then, you know, you change from the inside and then it changes outwards. So that's all it takes. All right, I'm going to be doing 3 rows. The first row of 3 cards is going to be the past. Second row of 3 cards is going to be the present. And the third row is the possible future. And I'll be doing clarifying energies for each row and ending it with a oracle card. Okay. All right. So you get the Lovers, your card, Gemini. You have the Tower and the Queen of Cups. You have the Emperor. You have the Five of Wands and the Three of Wands. A lot of fire energy. Wow. Why do I feel like there's an Aries in your life of significance? I do. And with that Tower, the Emperor, the Swords energy, or not the Swords energy, but the Wands energy, especially with the Five of Wands, that inner conflict always shouts to me about, you know, Aries. So maybe there's a prominent Aries in your life. I don't know why I just went to go shuffle this again. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Magician. Wow. Okay. You have a good amount of major arcana in here. The Lovers, the Tower, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. Wow. This is a powerful reading. I think May is going to be a very transformative month for you. Ooh, I'm going to be pulling the overarching energies for each row from the Tattoo Tarot. Oh man, these cards are so thick. It's hard to shuffle them. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Nope. I did not hear it. That was way too many. There were like 5 there. Sorry, guys. All right. First row, you have the Six of Cups. Second row, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Third row, you have the Ace of Swords. Okay. This is a really gorgeous card too. I'm going to show it to you again. It's pretty neat. I love the artwork on the Tattoo Tarot. This is such a gorgeous deck. All right. Okay, so you're starting off the reading with the Lovers, with your energy. I think you're taking a hard look at yourself and like what it means to be you, like the emotional attachments you have or the lack of attachment you might have in situations. Like you want to come at relationships from a different place. You want the person to be an equal, not to feel like you're above or below that person. The past energy, you also have the Tower. So I think the foundation of how way you saw yourself and the way you viewed relationships and maybe like just all relationships in general, I think that's crumbling, or that has crumbled. I think you were coming at relationships from a more defensive place, like even like work. Like you were always on the defense. Like you had your guard up, like you had to protect yourself from everybody. But that type of energy just brings more adversaries technically, because like they can feel the defensive energy and like your guard is up and it's ready. You also have the Queen of Cups in this row. So I feel like this is you showing yourself the love and the nurturing and like finding the emotional stability within yourself. Definitely. Overarching energy for this row, you have the Six of Cups. That's soulmate energy. I think the the good hard look you've done at yourself and that tower, and the way that you're willing to love yourself now is bring in the energy that can, you know, bring in that divine, like, union, that partnership. There's a reason you're the Lover's card. Someone to match your energy. Like I said, maybe it is a fire sign coming in. Like, I so feel Aries coming in for you. Second row, you have the Emperor. I think now that you've taken that hard look at yourself and you've, like, gone over the way you, like, the way you're overly protective of yourself, and, like, maybe just the way you were looking at relationships in general. Now you're looking at it from a place of strength and, like, stability, and, like, you're willing to take action now that you've gone in and you've really, like, gone and understood yourself and gotten, like, more of a, you have more of a handle on your emotions than you probably ever did. So things are less turbulent. The present energy, you also have the Five of Wands. So yeah, you had, like, sometimes you still fight with this. Like, this is internal conflict to me. Like, sometimes you're still fighting with yourself about this stuff. But I think that's just the lingering programming of the subconscious that's coming through and creating, like, little mini dramas for you. The subconscious just wants to keep us safe. Technically, it's programming put in place to keep us safe. You know, from, like, lions and tigers and bears and, like, famine. Yeah, but these days, how many lions, tigers, and bears do you come in contact with? So your subconscious is basically, can be your own worst enemy. Present energy, you also have the Three of Wands. So you waiting for your ships to come in. Because you've done that work. And yeah, you got the internal conflict coming up every once in a while. We all have that. They're little speed bumps. But for the most part, you're sitting in a place of power within your life, within yourself. But we all get to that point where, like, you want something so bad, and you sit there, and you sit there, and you sit there, and you wait for it to show up. And you're like, why won't this show up? Because you're staring at it. It's like a watch pot never boiling. This middle row, your overarching energy, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So you still have work to do. Like, you still have, and I think it's internal work that you have to do instead of external, because the internal work we do has the ability to transform the outer, like, our outer world. Absolutely. Most of the time, what it really takes is, like, the thought, the feeling, and then a little bit of action, and then you kind of step back and let things unfold. But if you're sitting there waiting for everything to show up for you, and you're, like, staring at it, where is it, where is it, where is it? It can't show up. Like, and maybe the universe wants to bring in something 10 times better for you, and you're just waiting for something that's kind of weaker than what it wants to give you. So if you're staring at it, like, the pot can't boil. So there's inner work that needs to be done. For some of you, this just popped into my head, that you might be starting a new job. This is something new that lines up with who you are now, not who you were. Like, this is like an inner calling that came through for you, that you found clarity on, and that like, your old job towered out of your life. In the third row, you have the Knight of Cups. You're coming at, like, all your relationships from a place of where you've healed. Like, where you can, like, give love and be willing to receive it. Because that's a divine love offering. I think you're willing to do this now. Like, you're not only willing to love yourself the way you deserve, but now you can love others the way they deserve too. And they can love you the way you deserve because you know how to love you. And people pick up on that energy of how you're loving yourself. You also have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Once your internal world changes, the wheel can turn and can bring amazing things into your life. You also have the Magician in this row, in the possible future. So with that love that you have for yourself, where that cup is overflowing for yourself and you know how to love you, that wheel can turn and then you can create what you want in this life as the Magician. The Magician creates from the ethers. Like he is tapped in to like himself and his surroundings. The overarching energy for your possible future, you have the Ace of Swords. So this is the clarity. This is the divine clarity coming to you, where you can see what you want. You can see where things are heading, but you don't have to control it. I'm going to pull you an overarching energy to end the reading. Or no, an oracle card to end the reading. Sorry about that. All right. You have the Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. That's also number 8. If you shift the 8 and turn on its side, that's an infinity symbol. I would also look up 8 in angel number meanings because 8 stood out to me right away. My eyes were drawn to that right away. Life is a mystery. But you're learning how to, move through life, understanding that it is a little bit of a mystery. And that when you need too much control over everything, things are so blocked up that they can't even come in for you. Like, even in any way that you'd really want it. So you're getting comfortable with the mystery and you're just making sure your cup is full. That wheel can turn for you. All right, Gemini, awesome reading. I am excited for you guys. Make sure you tune in for your May horoscope. That will shed some light on a lot of this because a lot of this is lining up with that. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great month. Bye, everybody.